Gabe, there's a lot of new incoming linebackers, freshmen, transfers, whatever it may be. Has that been a point of like, we're new here, but we can build something special together as the new guys in the linebacker room?
Yes, for sure. We're all working as hard as we can. We know there's a lot of talk from last year and stuff, but I know the older guys are really fed up with it, and we're all ready to work. So we've been working really hard in the weight room, and we're going to continue that.
Gabe, I mean, obviously, you could get bigger. I think that's been a thing with you. Where do they see you on this defense? Do they want you, Will, Mike? Have they talked to you about that? Leo?
We haven't talked too much, but going over film with Coach, we've discussed a lot of Will. So.
What was your reaction when you found out, that Al Washington wasn't going to be coming back for your first year?
Yeah, I was took back by it because I grew that relationship with him, but I love Coach Knowles, and I've been building that relationship now, so ready to work.
When did you first, hear from Coach Knowles, and what were those early conversations like?
I heard from Coach Knowles really when they a little bit after when we got here. He sat down and talked to us, but he also called us before. But we didn't talk when we first met each other. We didn't talk too much football, just getting to know each other. But ever since then, we've been kind of building that relationship and seeing where kind of talking a little bit about where it fit.
Kid, how jarring is it when you have a guy who, Washington, he recruited you, and then one day he's gone? How jarring is that, and how do you kind of deal with that?
You just move on. He great coach. I love him. I always will. I have the highest respect for him. But you got to move on. I love Coach Knowles and ready to work.
What's your sense of him as a coach, as a position coach?
For who?
Coach Knowles.
Coach Knowles. I've been going over film with Coach Coy, actually, one of his guys that he brought in from Oklahoma State. So I love Coach Coy and also love Coach Knowles.
You watched film of Oklahoma State's defense last year?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about it?
They're very aggressive. I love how aggressive they are. They're throwing different packages, different schemes, so I really love that.
Okay, describe your game a little bit. Just what do you do well out there? Just kind of describe your game.
Hard nose, big. I love. I think my biggest thing is stopping the run. That's what I think I'm best at, stopping the run. But also versatile. I can rush the end. I can cover if you need me to.
How do you think what you do fits this system, especially this new scheme that figure out?
Yeah, just like their Will. He will or might whatever they play me at. Because they run a lot of they run their things. They haven't figured out what they're going to run yet. But as far as Will, it's your Will or Mike's your run stopper. You got to cover the running back one-on-one sometimes. They blitz them a lot, so.
You mentioned that?
Yes, very a lot.
You mentioned his aggressiveness on defense and how hard-nosed you are. How excited are you to take your style and mesh it with Jim Knowles?
I'm very excited. He loves hard-nosed kids. He's mentioned in some of his interviews, so I'm very excited to work.
How eager are you to prove yourself too? This is a program where if you're the best you play, no matter how old you are.
Very, kept going down. I never pay attention to rankings, but keep going down, so I'm ready to prove myself.
Being a local kid, how much did you grow up a Buckeye fan? Just to be here now, growing up a Buckeye, learning to be a Buckeye, how special is it?
It's very special. Like you said, I grew up a Buckeye fan. Every Saturday we were watching the game, and so it's very special being here and ready to work.
I know you just said you don't pay attention to the ratings, but you also just said right after that you kept going down in the ratings.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of motivation factor.
Oh yeah, you do. I use it for motivation. I'm not going to sit there and look at the ratings every single time, but when I keep hearing, oh you went down, I'm not looking at them. But it's also going to motivate me because I'm going to use that to motivate me.
And obviously, new linebackers coach, and there's a lot of guys in the room, but it's a new guy. Does it feel like there's kind of a reset for everybody, and that every opportunity, every spot is kind of open for the taking, even if you are just a freshman?
I'm not going to say anything about, I'm going to have this spot. I'm not going to say anything like that, but I definitely it is, and still going to work to get it.
What's your relationship like with CJ?
It's good. We're actually roommates together, so it's good. It's real good.
Has it been kind of what you expected ever since you actually got on campus and started workouts and everything like that?
Yeah, I knew they're going to work us real hard. We haven't started too much right now. We just got back with the whole team, so it's hard work, and that's what we came in here for.
I know it's a rude awakening for a lot of freshmen. You think they've worked hard in high school, and then Nick gets a hold of them, and that's like a whole different deal. Was it like that for you, or were you pretty,
I think the different workouts are a little different for everybody, but we all, you don't come here not expecting to work. You're all expected to work hard, so I think we're all ready for our work, but it's definitely a lot.
What's been the hardest part about the transition in general, coming from high school to college so far?
Probably just how busy you are, to be honest with you. They have you, workouts in the morning, and I probably don't get back to my dorm until about 6 or 7 at night. So from whenever your workout is, usually get up around 6 or 5 in the morning, and until about 6 at night, you're not back to your dorm. So.
What about like classes and stuff like that too? Has that been a big transition for you?
Not really. A lot of our classes, most of my classes are online, so it hasn't been too much of a transition.
How did you become a linebacker?
My dad. So my dad was always linebacker. I have an older linebacker and a younger linebacker. Ever since I could walk, my dad's a linebackers coach, so ever since I could walk, I was playing linebacker.
Were you ever like, Dad, I want to be a receiver, I want to be a quarterback, or like it was in your blood?
Not in our household, it's when you have an older linebacker, younger linebacker, receiver don't work out too well. So no, never really thought anything. I was running back in high school and some other things, but I never thought about in college.
So what does that mean? Are you like watching linebacker film when you're in 3rd grade, or like what's it like growing up in a linebacker house?
My dad coached at different high schools and defense coordinators, so whenever he would have 2 days, as soon as I could walk, he'd bring me out to the field and I'd be doing drills. I could barely get over the pads at the time, I was just beginning to walk, but he'd always bring us out there and running us through drills and doing that stuff.
A lot of people can do the drills. When did you realize you had that mentality? The linebacker mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't know what it is because you're probably born with it. So
Yeah.
When did you realize you like to run and hit people, I guess, Gabe?
Ever since, that's what a big emphasis my dad puts on, because if you want to be a linebacker, you've got to be, the biggest thing in a linebacker is hitting somebody. So ever since we could play football, that's what we were taught, that kill mentality.
That's what I was going to say. When I watch your video, what stands out is just that last half step where you just kind of, for want of another term, explode into people and stuff. When did you develop that, or did it just come naturally?
No, I developed that through playing football. About I couldn't say what year, but
yeah.
I developed it playing it, and once you get that development and you get that kill, you just right before you want to hit them, it's an instinct just to explode through them.
Yeah, think back to that moment, though. Did you finally, was it finally putting it all together? From a process standpoint, or was it just, you finally physically, were developed to the point where you could do things like that?
I think it was more physically. I was always a taller, but I was always a skinnier player. So once I started putting on that weight, that's when I really started coming together.
Start throwing your weight around.
Yeah.
Were you ever worried you were going to be too skinny to be a linebacker?
No. I know even if I was 190 pounds coming in here, I knew they'd put the weight on me.
Okay.
So
What are you
I'm
now?
not 190 pounds, but
what are you
about
now?
215.
215. You want to get to what?
Before season?
Yeah, like Devin Brown said, they want him at 215, 210 or 215
By spring.
By spring, he's a quarterback. He's like 198 or something. Right?
Yeah, my goal is probably to get about 225, 230 probably for spring. Try to get 225 before spring.
Who are your guys? Who are the linebackers that you'd love to watch play?
Like in NFL?
Anybody, yeah.
So I always, he's retired now, but I always watch Trey Lewis That's one of the biggest. I mean, the best linebacker, one of the best linebackers to ever do it. So I loved his mentality. So I always watch him.
What stood out about him? Was it the fact that
His mentality and his hits. I love his hits. You know, he always, like you said, that explode through. He definitely had it. So.
and he also rarely let you know he was hurt or banged up and stuff. He played like on another level in that regard. I mean, where does that come from?
That toughness?
Toughness may not even be. It's almost like theatrics a little bit. But you're going to put on the show, no matter what, that you are the baddest guy on the field. You know what I mean?
And that's how I've been raised. That's how no matter what's going on, I played through even a ton of injuries this past season, senior season. But I knew that I was raised that way to first never let my team down. I'm going to play till you're going to carry me off the field. So.
What's going to be your biggest challenge now, Gabe, to get on the field in this defense? You probably don't know much about the defense yet. I mean,
just physically developing and also just learning the defense. So I've been working to learn it, and I've been working really hard in weight room. So
does it help? Does it help that you're in the meeting room with the defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I mean, it helps a lot that the defensive coordinator is also your linebackers coach.
Yeah.
So
have you met with him much? Have you gotten to know him at all?
Oh yeah, I have. I met with him some, but mostly meeting with Coach Coy, who we brought in. So.
To you, how you fit into the defense?
Not too much. I mostly sit down with Coach Coy, who he brought in from Oklahoma State, but we haven't sat too much down and talked about that. We've been over film, but haven't talked too much about where I fit yet.
So you've watched some of their film now at Oklahoma State. Where do you kind of see yourself fitting in?
Wherever they want me. I can fit in. I play whatever they want me to. So anywhere they want me, I'll be.
Do you think you're a better fit for playing that will linebacker spot or for playing at Leo?
I'll let the coaches decide that. I'm not gonna say anything on that.
Understandable. I know that you coming in, you're a guy that I think you said when I last talked to you, you're like 215. Like, where's your weight at now? What are you kind of trying to get to?
Before spring ball, I want to be about 225.
What are the biggest things you've learned just being here so far in your first month at Ohio State?
Biggest thing I've learned. We've only been here. We've only worked as a team for about a week, but really, just biggest thing done really is the eating. It's a lot of eating, even more than what I used to. So that's the biggest thing, honestly, I've learned.
How many calories are you having to eat right now?
I don't keep track of calories, but probably we have about. Try to get around 6 meals a day. So.
What would you say are your biggest goals? What are your biggest goals for your freshman season?
My weight, obviously, I want to get up. Before freshman season, I want to be 235. I want to get in. I want to play. Either obviously your main goal is start, but also just even on special team, I want to play. So, but the main goal is get in and start. That's probably my goals right now.
What do you think you have to do to start as a true freshman?
Work extremely hard. It would take a lot, especially in the linebacker position. Put on the weight. I think the biggest thing right now, honestly, is probably my weight, getting it up, and also just staying in the film room, studying.
You mentioned getting to know Coach Coy. What are the things that he's brought to you guys so far?
We're just starting to build a relationship, but it comes off. He's always there for us right now. Just first couple of weeks. Whenever we need him, he's there. So I really respect that about him.
What's kind of a dynamic been between him working with you guys and Coach Knowles working with you guys?
He's kind of more laid back. Knowles is very intense, so it works perfect. Honestly, you have a very intense and very laid back, so they kind of feed off each other. So
you mentioned that intensity. How does that kind of show itself?
We haven't talked too much, but just being around him and talking to him, you can feel, you know, he's very intense.
I think CJ said before, you know, it's like he doesn't like half-effort guys. Is that something that's been stressed to you a lot?
Yeah, I mean, if there's half-effort guys here, period, you know, you're at Ohio State, you ain't gonna make it with a half effort. So
is that the kind of coach you want? Somebody
that's
who's
exactly the coach I want. Yes, sir.